Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video we have this 2008 Cadillac CTS right behind me. So the issue with this Cadillac CTS, customer bought it from a mom and pop's dealership, and he noticed that the check engine light wouldn't turn on, and on top of that, when he was driving on the freeway, it would start hesitating. So after that, he got tired of that and he brought it over to my shop. So how about we fix up this vehicle today and we get it back on the road. Alright, cool. So we're inside the vehicle right now, and I just want to give you the backstory on this. So basically, my customer, he bought this vehicle from a mom and pop's dealership, and when he bought the vehicle, he noticed it didn't have the check engine light, so he thought everything was okay until he went to go get it inspected. Once he got it inspected, they told him that they did have, a good amount of codes, and on top of that, the check engine light wasn't showing. So essentially, to check this out, you just gotta get your key, put it in the ignition to the on position, and you're gonna see all these lights turn on. So there you go. We have our brake light, we have our oil light, we have our let's see what else, our seatbelt light, all those lights right here. So as we can see, we got all of those, but we don't have our check engine light, and it should show like a little engine, and I don't see it right here. But if we kind of shine a light right there, I don't know if you can see that there's a little silhouette of the check engine, but it does not turn on. So we're gonna give it another try. There you go. So right now what I want to do, we're gonna get our, right now all I want to do is get a little small scan tool, nothing too crazy. Alright, let's read these right here and let's see what we get. So we have a malfunction indicator lamp. There you go, and that's going to be for the mill light. So that's our mill light right there. There's a control circuit code. Alright, and let's go back again. So the same thing. And remember, I did bring up that the customer was stating when he would drive on the freeway or just driving around, it would just kind of hesitate. And this is what we're looking at right here. So we have a mass airflow sensor circuit code, and this is a p0100. So right now, I want to see what we want to attack. Are we going to attack the mill light, or we want to do the mass airflow sensor? I do have my scope out right now. So how about we just go knock that out first. So let's do our mass airflow sensor first, and then after that we're going to start looking at our mill light. So let's go in front of the vehicle and let's check this out. Alright, cool. So we have our mass airflow sensor right here. We have our Varus right here. So this is going to be a 5-wire mass airflow sensor. And basically it has 5 wires because 3 of them are going to be the power, the signal, and the ground going to the mass airflow sensor. And the last 2 on the side right there, those are going to be for the air temperature sensor. So right now what we want to look at are these 3 right here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a Cadillac GM. They're pretty much the same. The yellow one is going to be our signal wire. The pink one is going to be our power wire. And then the one in the middle is going to be, I believe, brown and white. And that's going to be our ground wire. But luckily we do have a Varus right here, and they have a pretty good little tool right here, and we can go into guided component test, see if we can go a little bit closer. So the cool thing about this, we can go into component information, and it tells us all about this mass airflow sensor. As I stated right here, this is a 5-pin connector, and as well right here it shows us, like I said, the yellow one is going to be our mass airflow signal. Pink one is going to be our ignition voltage. It's actually black and white. That's going to be our ground. And then the other 2 are going to be our intake air temperature sensor. So that's pretty cool right there. And like I said, what we're testing is the frequency that we're getting right here. So what we can do a frequency test and then see if our frequency is working. And there you go, we can do a signature test as well. But right now what I want to do, because this is a circuit code, I just want to see our powers and grounds, and then we can do our frequency test as well. So what we want to do, let's go back, go to our scope. Let's see. All right, and we're gonna lay this down right here. As you can see, it is at 0 volts. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone, and we're gonna hook up one of our leads to the power side, and the other one is gonna be to our negative side. So that's gonna let us know that both our ground and powers are working. So let me put my key in the on position. Keys in the on position. All right, now we're gonna back probe this. All right, so we have our power in, and let's do our ground side. All right, as you can see, it did go up, and we have battery voltage right there. So let's look at here. Right now the battery is kind of low because our lights are on. Let me see if I can turn these off. All right, just jumped up a little bit right there. Cool right there. So how about right now we do our frequency test. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave our ground in there, and then we're gonna move our power lead to the actual signal wire. And all I wanna do is just do some snap throttles. Cool, and just basically telling us right now, gives you a little rundown. I'm not gonna read everything, you can pause it if you want to. But at idle, we're trying to see about 2.3 kilohertz and between 2.3 to 3. And we can actually view our meter. Cool. So we have it hooked up. As you can see, there's our meter hooked up. Now let me turn this on and let's see what we get. All right. I don't like that right there. Look how that looks. That does not look good. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of do a little wiggle test right here. Okay, what just happened right now? Okay, I just wiggled. I don't know if you caught that. Right now it's kind of shaking. I kind of wiggled the wiring harness over here. Let's see. Okay, let me get that right now. I'm gonna do a snap throttle real quick so we can see how we want it to look. Okay, this is getting interesting right here. All right, let's pause that real quick. You see, that's what we want right there. We want that right there, and we weren't getting that before. It had a bunch of hash, but it started moving whenever I was going over here at the wiring harness. So let me see if I can catch this. I'm gonna move this to the side. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just kind of moving the wiring harness. Like I said, I was giving it a little wiggle test, and I always kind of like doing that. And check this out. I don't know if it's right here. So I'm just kind of moving this wiring harness. Man, I did it right now, I swear. You see, I don't know if it's coming from right here or in the back, because it just kind of did it a little bit, and it was awesome. It was just doing it right now. Let me go back here. No. But I'll tell you this right now, it looks like someone was already in here doing some stuff. Okay, that was just weird right now. As you can see right here, it was acting up. We kind of moved the wiring harness. I want to see what we have now. I kind of want to go through this. Yeah, I'm just gonna. So what I was looking at and what I was moving was back here. I was moving this, and that's where it was starting to act up. I don't know if I can do it anymore, but this is where I was touching back here. And there is, let's see if I can get this. All right, sweet. So right now I got this mirror just set up right there, and I was looking around, and guess what? That little yellow wire that I found right there. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that right there. Do you see that little copper shininess right there? That's our signal wire to the mass airflow sensor. Look at that. So I'm pretty sure that was rubbing on that little piece right there. So it's kind of cool. As soon as I got here, and I guarantee you it's probably from that, is because the customer stated that they did take it to another shop. I did call them, and they did do an engine mount. They did replace the engine mount before. I don't know what the heck they did, if they disconnected all these wires or what, but right there, I have my finger right there, you can see some copper, and I bet that's what went through it. So is our mill light the same issue too? Because I believe it was a circuit issue on the mill light. So I think that's going to be our problem with the mass airflow sensor. So right there, what we're going to do, we're just going to put some liquid tape, clean it up, and then retape that as well, and then put some insulator down there so we don't have that issue ever again. And I'm going to make sure that all these go back to normal. I didn't, when I was looking right there with our actual mirror, I didn't see any other problems. I didn't see any other wires that were damaged. But I'm gonna look at my wiring diagram, and we're gonna see if we have a wire that goes from here to our mill light, and let's see what we find out.